Welcome back to the episode of Open Straw Podcast, our NBA review. We moving on along the list. That next team is going to be a team I said if you've been listening to these past episodes, in particular our Charlotte Hornets episode, where we had them ranked at number 19. I said if Melo would have got drafted by this team, he would have been the biggest star in the world. And that team is going to be the New York Knicks, the Mecca. So that number 15 team is going to be New York Knicks. And if you've been paying attention to all the episodes before, you know that my man FaZe is the Eastern Conference for savant. And I'm going to throw this to you, FaZe. It's on you.
Yeah, New York Knicks. Isn't it nice to have the New York Knicks good at basketball again? Doesn't this make things better when they're good?
The basketball world is better when the Knicks are good.
Yeah, it is nice.
It's kind of like the Cowboys in football. Everything is better when the Cowboys are good.
I disagree, but anyway, besides the point, let's keep it traditional. Any Knicks fans? Do you know any?
Man, my fraternity brother, my line brother, Zay Boston, big Knicks fan. He loves the Knicks. I know. Like I said, if you listen to our previous episode, in particular, our Pacers episode, I told you that I used to cheer for them. I hate the Knicks, but when they had Melo, I used to cheer for them. So.
I know quite a few, actually. I have a few friends that moved from New York out to Arizona, and Rick, Drew, my boy Daryl, all you guys, Knicks fans. It's good to see you guys competing again.
I'm sorry for y'all, man. I'm sorry for all Nick, Drew.
They're also the same thing. They're hard on their team. Just know that.
Sorry for y'all.
They are hard on their team, but they expect success. I get it. You have arguably one of the best rings in all the world. You gotta make sure you're ready to compete every night. All right, additions. I made some pretty good ones. Most notable, Kemba Walker, hometown kid, comes back and play for the team. How you feel about that?
I don't feel like he's the same. I like to pick up, but I just don't feel like Kemba is Kemba anymore. That knee is just not the same with him no more. He's not explosive. He's not the dynamic player he used to be. And they come with old age anyway, but Kemba's not super old. He's really at the point where he should be at the tail end of his prime. But hopefully it go good. He's back in he's back where he's from. So if you ever seen that shot when he hit on UConn, that game winner, when he hit that step back on the big man at the free throw line, big man fell over.
Right?
Huh?
He was in the tournament, right?
And he fell over, and Kemba hit a game winning shot in the garden. So yeah, man.
This is it. This is the opportunity to bring it all back. He had a rough 2 years. This is the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm still Kemba Walker.
I don't think so. I love to be surprised, though. I will say that.
So look, Tom Thibodeau is a good point guard coach. He makes point guards really good players. Hopefully, he can hit some untapped potential.
He also hard on point guards' knees too.
Hey, he has the other one on his bench. We'll get to that shortly, though. 2-year, $18 million contract with Kemba Walker. He left a lot of money on the table to play for the New York Knicks again. Well, for the first time, New York Knicks. So credit. I see he made a lot of money in his career. He's taking a pay cut to go play there. It's a good pickup for them. Evan Fournier, a 4-year, $73 million contract. It's a hefty contract for a wing player like that. What do you think about that?
I think he can go there and be a starter. I like Evan Fournier. He's somebody that can fill it up offensively by just putting the ball in the bucket. If you watch any of the Olympic basketball, he was one of the players that gave the U.S. team some fits over in the Olympics. So he's somebody that can just put the ball in the bucket. He's not going to really give you much offensively outside of just scoring as far as passing, rebounding, setting players up. I drafted him on my fantasy team multiple years, and he's like a net zero for 20 points. But outside of that, he's not going to give you much more. So he's not the best fantasy player. But if you want somebody to give you like a quiet 20, 15 points, he's that guy.
Yeah, he's definitely a good scorer. Interesting dynamic with their starting lineup now, which it probably should, if expected, be Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. It's a good starting five.
It is. RJ might can make that jump and be an all-star this year.
He made a big jump from year 1 to year 2. So if he can take another leap like he did in year 3, that would just be really good for the New York Knicks. We have them where we have them because there's just teams that are better than them. Now that I feel like New York Knicks kind of took everybody by surprise last year. I don't think anyone anticipated them to be as good as they were. And now teams know to prepare for the Knicks when they play. They're going to play tough. And let's see what happens this year. We do have them where we have them for that reason, though. They did lose a few players, Frank Ntilikina, Elfrid Payton, and Reggie Bullock. They did pick up Quentin Grimes in the draft and Dwayne Bacon. Dwayne Bacon's an interesting pickup because he actually started his career pretty good when he's playing for Charlotte, and things just didn't really work out. And playing on this team, I really can't see too much playing time for him. So let's see what ends up coming out with that. But they did end up re-signing Nerlens Noel to a 3-year, $27.7 million contract. It's a good contract for a backup center. What do you think about that?
Hey man, he's going through a dispute with your boy Clutch.
Yeah, he is.
Hey man, hey, I wish both of them the best. I like Rich Paul. Rich Paul is one of the people I kind of emulate, not emulate like jealous, but I like to be like a Rich Paul in my own sense.
Rich
And
Paul,
so
the man.
yeah, exactly. So he kind of going through this people know this. I like to pick up though. Just talk about your RJ point again. He made like a good jump in his scoring average. Went from like 13, 14 points a game his rookie season. Jumped with the 17, 18.
Everything changed. Like his games got better.
Oh yeah, overall became a better player. If he make another jump like that, I feel like he could be an all-star very soon. But he gotta learn how to go right, man. Like once the season ended, and I'm not joking, once the season ended and they lost to the to Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young, Ice Trae, the New York Knicks should have not take his left hand, chained it to the back of his shirt, and make him only use his right hand all summer for everything. Go eat with your right, go right with your right, go dribble. Your left hand should have been chained to your back for the rest. You and Julius, you're not off the hook either. Both of y'all should not have used your left hand for anything this season, this off season. Everything you should have did should have been right-handed. But yeah, man. But I like to notice
actually, speaking of, how rare is that to have two left-hand starters on the same team? Starters. Man, not really that common. It's something small, but it's not common.
It is very uncommon, and they got exposed in the playoffs. And the only saving grace for them is that the Hawks end up proving to be a really good team.
That's right.
That's the only saving grace. But like Julius, when they put him in that fire pit, as far as okay, now we a playoff team, and now you got to be the guy to lead us past this team. He wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready for that.
Experience that he got in the playoffs last year can pay off for them this year.
Oh yeah, because he wasn't ready for that. Not like you said, that experience may help him going forward, but that moment was just too big for him, and he kind of came very small in that moment.
Well, due to his amazing All-Star season, he ended up signing a 4-year, $117 million contract extension with the New York Knicks. So he wants to be in New York. It's nice to have people want to be in New York. They also re-signed Taj Gibson, Alec Burks, and Derrick Rose. So some of their pieces off the bench. Like in terms of like a lineup, man, they have a lot of people that can actually play the game at a high level. Like I'll go through some of their roster with Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose, Nerlens Noel, Kemba Walker, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Mitchell Robinson. Like these are all players that are gonna be playing for sure. I mean, they still have Obi Toppin and Kevin Knox as well too. So let's see what.
How you feel about Obi Toppin?
They should have went with Halliburton, but
talk about it.
Yeah, they should have went with Halliburton. But I mean, he's not bad. I mean, he did really good in the summer league. So hopefully that gets his confidence going. I don't know how much of a role he's gonna have. I mean, he could definitely relieve Julius Randle for some minutes. Maybe he's a future base player, but just not seeing it yet. But he's another hometown kid, so he's having.
They picked up what's his name too from Houston, Quentin.
Yeah, Grimes, yeah.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes. He used to play for Kansas. That's how I remember. He played for Kansas, and he transferred and went to Houston, and actually helped U of H have a pretty good season when he was there. They made the NCAA tournament and everything. So
they made some sneaky good pickups. It's going to be tough to see Tom Thibodeau balance all his talent. It's like they're all capable of playing, and how he's going to do it, we'll see. Not our problem. We're not Knicks fans.
Think about what's name too, though. Think about it. They bought in Kemba. They got Rose, but they still have Emmanuel Quickly, who did pretty good for them when he came in.
Really good. That's a bright spot for them.
So I wonder how would he fit into that whole dynamic? Like, would he have to play that off ball position more, as far as that shooting guard position? Like
he can do it.
He could. He's long. He's defensive guard. He can definitely do it. He kind of reminds me of Iman Shumpert when he first got there.
Yeah, it like just all heart, plays hard. You know, if any of you guys haven't seen, there's this video when Emmanuel Quickly got to play against Lou Will for the first time, And right when he checked in the game, he told Will, he's like, "You're my favorite player growing up." It was just genuine and humble. I was like, "Yo, that's dope." Now you get to play against your favorite player growing up in the NBA. Isn't that dope? He's a good person. I think I'm excited for his future.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely.
So we have him ranked where we have him. I'm actually gonna write to my hot take questions since I already pretty much said everything else. Do you think this team can get out the first round this season?
No.
Tough,
No.
right?
It's
Tough.
gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Like, man, like their matchup is gonna be key. Who they draw in the playoff for the first round is going to be key. Because if I'm being honest, the only team that they could have beat last year were teams that was ranked below them in the playoffs. Every team that was put ahead of them or right below them, like because the Hawks was ranked right below them, but they beat them. So outside the Hawks, any team that's around the area, like a top 5 team, a top 6 team, I don't see them being better than any of them teams. And that's a tough draw. They draw is going to be key for them.
Let's just hope we can get they'll do better than we project them to do, and that we can get another Atlanta New York matchup in playoffs because that was fun. That was really.
Oh man, that was the show the first round. That was the show the first round.
That was actually I said when me and you talked before off camera. I said that that's the one I'm not looking forward to. I think it's gonna be boring. It actually ended up being one of the best. So that was a good one. So hopefully we can get.
You always disrespecting Trey, man. You stay disrespecting Trey.
At that time, I'm a different person.
Come on, man. You got on me for my Ja Morant takes, but you steady disrespect Trey.
And we'll get to him. We'll get to him.
Ice Trey, man. Shout out to him. But yeah, man, you got anything else for as far as the Knicks?
That's it. Interesting team. I'm excited to actually see them. I'm really, really, really excited to see them going forward.
You and me both, man. You and me both. Thank y'all for tuning in for the Knicks. We got one more team left. That's going to be another Eastern Conference team for my man FaZe. Then we'll go back out west with me. But we got one more Eastern Conference team to get to. Then we'll go to the back out west. So one hint. I can't say anything about that guy because
they had a big offseason. We'll put it that way. They had a really big offseason.
Ooh, they had a documentary this past year. I'm gonna say that too.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
They had a documentary based around their organization around it this past year. Man. So yeah, I know I do a little something. I'm a little producer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all in the next episode. Like I said, it could be another Eastern Conference team. So hopefully you can guess who. See you then.